Hi guys, I'm Rakesh and I work as a lecturer in Mages, Singapore. For this video, we're going to create something that I saw on YouTube and I liked it and I would love to share it with you guys. So the first thing to do is you will be using any base mesh. In my case, I am going to use a tube. I'm adjusting some of the parameters to my liking. You can do the same. The next thing is you use the bend deformer and give a value of 360 degrees on the angle so that whatever you add on top of it will complete the ring shape of it. The next thing is I will be using a twist deformer and giving the same 360 degree value to give me a completely twisted and the start and the finish align well. So now I'm just adding the viewport grid and displayed deformers. This is just a personal preference because I like to work on a clean viewport. You don't have to follow this part if it doesn't bother you. From here on you can see that it's easy to make the loop twist and all by just turning the base mesh. So in my case I'm going to just rotate it. For the animation part of things, we have to add two main keyframes in the whole scene actually, and the duration is up to you. You can choose how many frames do you want for this shot. You can keep it 100 frames, 120 frames. In my case, the default is 90, so I'm just going to work off that. At 0, I'm just going to keep it at 0 degrees turning, and I'm just experimenting a few things here and there, but I think I'll settle down with 360 degrees on the last frame. The movement seems to be going quite fast, so I think I'll just increase the timeline a bit to about 150 frames so that the movement seems quite nice and it can register in the audience's mind. Also, when I play back the animation, I just see that there's a easy ease going on by default. So what I want to do with that is I'm going to change the spline to linear, and it's quite simple actually. Just click on the key and you can, on the right side, you can just change from spline to linear. You do this for both the sides so that when you press play, the loop looks non-stop. So the next thing to do is we're going to use the cloner from mograph, and we need something to clone, so I will be using a sphere. I'll make the sphere a bit small so that we can have multiple duplicates of it. Under cloner, I'm going to change it to object, the mode, and drag and drop the tube or whatever mesh inside the object. When you press play, you can see that all of the spheres have been cloned to the vertex because the distribution system is vertex at the moment. So I saw that there was a small error where the last frame and the first frame are repeating the same angle twice, so that's jumping the frame. So I'm changing the last frame to 359 degrees so that the loop is perfect. And the next thing is that I would like to add some subdivisions to my object so that the cloner clones a lot more of the spheres on it. However, the problem is that you can see it does subdivide it, but it does not clone it properly on the mesh. I will be dragging and dropping the subdivision object, and there it is. Next, we can actually add in the amount of subdivisions that we desire, and this is something that I want as an output. I'm just going to do small tweaks and just press play. However, it is definitely still lagging my PC down, so I'm just going to like lower the subdivision and up it only when I'm going to render it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and increase the size of the sphere because it looks too small and it's not that appealing. So I'm going to just increase the size of the spheres and just test it out again, a small test render of sort. Next, I'm going to apply my own material. I'm just going to try and test like different types of material just to see the output, what I can get. I'm just using the standard renderer at this point. I'm just going to add the usual ambient occlusion and global illumination. I'm just testing some basic render settings. Okay, that's not that great. I do advise you guys, like if you guys can just spend a lot of time in the material side of it, like make it look nice and flashy, and it's up to you if you want to use like luminescent or you want to like keep it very simple. Make sure that you're doing a good lighting setup as well, like a very simple lighting setup. At this point I'm just going to test it out with a physical sky just to see if I'm getting any rough edges or overlapping meshes of any kind. So to conclude this video, I'm going to just pause the recording of the rendering because as you guys know this can take a really long time. I will just skip to the part where I have finally created the output. And there you go. So with multiple camera angles and different lighting and materials, you can really make this shine. Hope you like this video. Until I see you on the next one, thank you for watching.